Hey guys, and welcome back. We're continuing Mainframe Men. I expect to finish it today. I hope so. That'd be sick. I don't know. Do we get to pick a boy? I'm not sure. Oh my god, last time we played was in May? Send me to jail. Where were we? May 23? 35? 50? Is there... Is there a third option? No. Okay. I'm gonna say yes. In the middle is a raised platform. This is where I stopped in the middle of a sentence. I'm sorry. Almost like a stage with the walls adorned in more buttons and memory storage than you've ever seen tangled together. The air is slightly sweet, and you swear the floor is glittering. Oh my, I sure didn't expect to see you here. What's wrong? The place burning down? Not yet. Maybe the insurance payouts would be worth it. Whatever could have you stumbling into my little corner of heaven, then? This gaudy nonsense. Markwin holds out the earring, which SSEC eagerly grabs. Oh, I've been looking for this everywhere. I suppose you're wanting some kind of reward now, aren't you? Not really. Well, I don't have anything. They took it all from me. Dear patron, you must understand. Move me back. There we go. Please leave Rose out of this. I have had such a very hard life. And now, in this terribly dull place, all I have is a stuffy little room. This room cost $200,000. You see how poor people talk when they get used to things like this? I can't stand it. I really can't. Maybe you should sit down then. You're lucky he's stupid. Hey, only I could call him that. Oh, how ironic. You, of all people, talking about being allowed to call others names. Alright, ASCC. You know I don't use that anymore. Right, because IBM is just such a horrid little stain upon your otherwise gleaming record, I have nothing against them. I just lean more towards my military title. You're an IBM computer? Yes, why didn't you tell them all that then, brother dear? I thought you only had 3. Now that's just cruel, leaving me out. Markwin sighs and waves his hands toward the flashy spectacle known as SSEC. The others were all akin and Hopper, but we were overseen by Thomas Watson. Man, these family trees are confusing. Oop, how do I... Unfortunately, due to some fallout, Aiken and Watson hated each other for quite a while, and we never did see one another much. He's a tad younger than me, 1948. And far better looking, as I'm sure you've noticed. Some of us know how to age gracefully. Markwin clicks in frustration. Well, I was made to dazzle. After Mark's inventor, Aiken, snubbed our dear Watson, he vowed to make something bigger, better, and beautiful under the name IBM. Thus, the winner you see in front of you. I must call him S-Sec. Flips his hair, a little bit of glitter flying into the air. You hope it doesn't land on you. You're still finding flecks from that one party you don't want to think about. You must have great acoustics in here. La 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 la. Enoch. You didn't let me finish. I can hit a high A if I really try. My ears. Did you bring him just to try and break the glass here? I knew you were jealous. You're lucky to even be back here. The only ones allowed are me, myself, and sometimes the maintenance. Esek looks at you and winks. But I am making an exception for the twinkling star of a visitor you brought me. Esek stands there, as you say nothing, giving you a quizzical look. Bro, the gliding in my screen's wrong again. Look, see, that's... Why is it like this? See this? It's crazy. Insane. Oh well. I can fix it, but it'll mess up everything. I need to start checking that, but when you're in certain screens, it just... I need a new webcam is what it is, but... What? Nothing to say? You're supposed to compliment me back, you know. People these days. Quit fishing for compliments. I wouldn't have to if people knew how to give them. Honestly, how am I supposed to survive until I have the adoring public back on my doorstep? Perhaps you'd have an easier time if you joined us in taking care of the museum after hours. And sacrifice my beauty sleep mode? Our time apart really has made you forget who I am. If only. When a casting director visits, I have to be ready and at my optimum beauty. Or an interviewer for a magazine. Can't be too picky these days. I haven't exactly had a role in decades. You were in movies? I sure was. A movie, a magazine, and about 1 million photos were floated around a while too. The photoshopped ones? Oh, please, like we all haven't had a touch-up here and there. I haven't. It was just those annoying support beams. They ruined the aesthetic of my room. Structural integrity is more important than looks. Oh, that's easy for you to say. Mr. Designer, they knocked down a wall for you. Okay, well perhaps the hypocrisy. Nope. The hypocrisy. Do you see the difficulties I must endure, Rose? Can we talk about the wall being knocked down? What's there to say? They knocked down a brick wall to accommodate his size, but I couldn't even get a few pillars removed. The building would have collapsed. And if it did, I would have died as a beautiful tragedy. And 701 never would have stolen my room. Ugh! That traitor! They didn't have half the sparkling switches or tape readers I did. I required that room to show off properly, and now I have it again. Consider yourself very lucky. The other IBMs are stacked 4 to a room, and you're here complaining about yours. Well, I would have preferred an outside view with the same glass walls as before, but I suppose someone here has to make sacrifices. Sacrifices? Yes. Do you have any idea how hard it is to be stuffed back here? No longer can the adoring public pass by and see the marvel of my design. Really, what were you all thinking? I just know our attendance would be through the roof if I were properly on display. Oh, so now you're ungrateful for being in the section that doesn't require support beams? Wait, sorry. I'm sure we can add some if you'd want, for accuracy's sake. You wouldn't. Watch me. You notice the lack of pillars in this version of the room. Probably isn't affecting anything, you hope. As the two of them start to get into an argument, Enoch puts his hand on your shoulder. Shh, follow me. The two of you quietly sneak out of the room and near one of the main exits of the museum has. Whoever designed this building was eccentric, but they made sure to take fire safety into account. A soft breeze hits your skin as you make your way outside. Don't worry, we won't be out here too long. I'm sure they can bicker long enough to not notice. You nod and sit down in the grass with him. It's strange to be back outside after spending so much time indoors surrounded by technology. Really, it's strange in general because you'd never go outside. You guess there's a first time for everything. Harvey should have cooled down after a while, and people say I overheat. He seems a lot more stressed than you. He's always been that way. I got a feeling everything's gonna work out, though. Just need to stop and smell the... Enoch looks around, unable to locate any roses. Freshly cut, maybe pesticide-infused grass. Oh yeah, what a good smell. He'll learn, eventually. But the museum's new to him, but the rest of this isn't. What do you mean? We're all used to a little fighting for the spotlight. Difference between me and him is I'm a little sick of it now. Sunshine is all I need these days. I'm happy just getting to still be here to enjoy it. After all, I've got every other computer I've ever cared about here. What else could I need? Oh, that's really sweet. You listen as he sighs and continue. You've got a cell phone, don't you? You nod, pulling out of your pocket. That right there is proof I existed. Proof that we all did, and did our best to contribute something. Proof we didn't need to constantly be the best to do something good for the world. Everyone can argue about who did what first, but in the end, does it even matter? Not to me, at least. In my opinion, no one ever really invents anything. We just build and extend a little with our friends. Enoch looks up at the sky, closing his eyes. I couldn't have done what I did without Harvey, and it's lonely always fighting to be the best anyway. That's not what I ever wanted, for me or for him. He laughs briefly. But hey, no matter who ends up being the most popular exhibit here, he'll always be my favorite. Sure won't listen to me when I say it, though. That's why I just let him run the tours however he wants instead. I'm not as dysfunctional as I look, but don't tell him, okay? I'll get way less naps in. He opens one eye, grinning. Before he could try for one of his famous naps, a beeping starts out of nowhere. Ah, darn. That's my warning beep. We gotta go back inside. You nod, stretching and heading back into the building. And another thing. You can't believe it. They're actually still arguing. Your voice might be less grating if you shouted less. There wouldn't be such much need if things were working properly. You do realize we'll have much larger audience soon, and we can't afford... You may not be able to afford much, but I assure you I bring in plenty. I'm quite the moneymaker when I can get eyes on me. Just look at this sparkle. Are you not dazzled? Do you not want to fall into your knees in adoration of my beauty? Enoch laughs as attention is brought back to you two. Ooh. Maybe we should give guests sunglasses if you're that sure about it. Nonsense. If they go blind, they go blind. It'd be an honor for the last thing they see to be my sparkling control panel. Right. Between that and your redundant, gaudy multiple forms of memory, I think it'd be likely. What a beautiful tragedy. Sec claps his hands, sighing heavily. Alright, all of you out of here. You're bringing down the property value or something, looking like that. Marquand moves to say something, but adjusts his bow tie instead. We will have words when the IBM wing is complete. Be sure to make them nice, since I have to listen to them in everyone's screechy voices. Ta-ta! The diva computer turns around, waving you all off as he walks away. The three of you make your way back to the lobby, Marquand biting his tongue so hard you wonder if it's replaceable. Well, my apologies for such an abrupt send-off after his behavior. Once we get a few more additions, maybe we'll see some attitude changes around here. And decorations. Marquand shrugs like he's actually considering the other man's ideas. I didn't hear her no. 40% chance we have confetti cannons next time. New additions, yes. Confetti cannons, unlikely. 23.5%? That isn't how probability works. Marquand exhales through his nose, a sound halfway between a sigh and a reluctant laugh. Your jokes are terrible. They're vintage. He turns back to you, yawning. Oh man, I haven't been operating this long since... He scratches the back of his neck. Perhaps it's a new record. Thanks to the wonderful patience of our dear guest. The lobby lights hum overhead. The big glass doors reflect the three of you, two machines pretending not to be sentimental, and you caught in the middle of it. Well, I'll try to make a habit of extended goodbyes due to the extremely predictable emotional inefficiency they cause. However, as far as possible first guests go, you've certainly exceeded my expectations. I'm sure you two can keep each other company. I don't really. We sure will. This place couldn't run without him. Marquand's face reddens with the compliment, clearing his throat. It is certainly a team effort some days. Works better that way. Marquand actually cracks a smile at that remark. I hope you learned something you'll remember today. I think we'll keep a few moments in our memory banks from this visit. Translation. Thanks for being here. We're glad you took a moment to appreciate the past with us. The two of them walk you to the door, smiling. And remember, if you ever miss us, there's a little piece of us in all that tech back home. Even if computers look a bit different nowadays, we'll always be here. What? I finished that so much faster than I expected. Shit. Well, my bad. Sorry for finishing it. I should have... I felt close last time we were playing it, but I was like, no, this feels like there might be another hour. My bad. Normally I look up when a game ends. But that was Mainframe Men Very interesting. I learned a lot. I feel like this would have been really cool when I was in college. It would have helped a lot. Personifying computers, I feel like, is a cool thing to do. Like, I don't know. I think that's really neat that they did that. It's very cute. I love all their designs. I thought we were going to be dating them, but that's fine. It's okay. I had a good time. I hope they have a fun little romp in their little museum. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. There will be a new video tomorrow. Sorry, I've been on a hiatus. I've been sad. Alright, I love you guys. I'll see you later. Bye!